The door opened toward me, and the guy stepped through very nimbly. And when he come right past the door, I've got this. I was going to do a hip shot. I had enough bullets here to do some serious damage, and I had the gun lowered on his frame. Well, when he come, he looks to the left, and there I'm sitting there, with my underwear.
And I heard my dad say in a deep, guttural, almost demonic voice that said, "Wrong room."
Jase, let me ask you something before you move on. Was that previous trip, was that the trip that the guy walked into Dad's hotel room?
That wasn't in Mexico. That was in a place called Idaho, which that's one of the greatest stories ever. Have we ever told that on the podcast?
I don't know that we have. It was so good. I remember when Dad used to tell it.
I'll give you the short version. This story is worth retelling.
It's one of my favorites.
I'm laughing. We're somewhere.
Because it has a visual that's the real payoff for the story.
We had actually hunted in Hagerman, Idaho, but we were, I think, on the way there, and Phil just one night, we were back then, well, no flying. You just get in a vehicle and you go. Washington State. I mean, and there's no stopping, all that. You just drive. And but one night, Phil was just like, "I'm pulling over. We're tired." So he's like, "Well, let one of us drive." But Phil always had that kind of control tendencies, And he's like, "No, you don't sleep in a car. Cars are for riding, not sleeping." Of course, later on he would take naps in the car. But anyway,
of course.
So we stopped. And look, this place, it wasn't a hotel. It was a motel.
Yeah.
And I thought, there's no way I would ever stop. But I thought, we're bearded men. We have guns. We'll be fine. But so we got anything valuable out of our vehicle, including our guns, and we den up. And because Phil got up there and was like, "We want one room, biggest one you got." Well, there was about 5 of us.
So the budgets were a little smaller back in the day too, right, for production?
Phil's like, "Come with me, I'll pay for it. We're staying in one room." And so what's funny is nobody in our crew took off their clothes but Phil. And they had one bed. Look, and this room had been reconstructed. And this is like probably sometime in the late 50s or 60s, this reconstruction happened. This place was old, rickety door. And Phil, but right when you open the door, there was the biggest bed. It was just, when you walk in, there's a bed. And then that had a little hallway, and then there was 2 beds. So it had 3 beds. Well, there was 5 of us. So, and the other beds were small. So Phil had the main bed. Of course, somebody should have slept with Phil, but everybody declined that.
Which was just standard operating procedure.
Well, Phil also had a rule that during hunting season, never bathe or wash your clothes. Because the warmth escapes. I mean, now that I'm thinking about these stories, my dad he had a screw loose on some of this stuff. But
maybe he just wanted to have his own bed. Maybe he was smarter than we gave him credit for.
So I'm in one bed, and I forgot who the other duck man was. He's in the other bed. The cameraman, they got the floor.
Yeah.
So I think we had 2 cameramen, and then there was 3 of us. And didn't think anything about it. I mean, went to bed, we're tired. And I heard a noise. It woke me up. And it sounded like somebody turning the doorknob. So I raised my head up. Well, I didn't realize that my dad, old Phil, he heard the same thing. Well, he's in his bed in his tighty-whities. He has his shotgun loaded right beside him. Well, I just see my dad rise up. He just kind of folded his legs and just propped his gun up and just raised it up. And I thought, if somebody's fixing to break in his room, they have no idea what's waiting. And about that time, I had that thought, that door opened.
Hear someone outside messing with the door. And I thought, well, we had brought our guns inside so that they wouldn't steal our guns out of our rig on the outside. Yeah. So I'm in a position where the door...
You were the leading edge.
Yeah,
when you opened the door, the bed was weird because it wasn't a normal motel.
Right. That's right.
When they opened the door, it's just a bed, and here's Phil in his tighty-whities, and he had grabbed his gun and laid it across his lap.
I just knew they weren't supposed to be there. The door opened toward me, and the guy stepped through very nimbly, and when he come right past the door, I've got this. I was going to do a hip shot. I had enough bullets here to do some serious damage, and I had the gun lowered on his frame. Well, when he come, he looks to the left, and there I'm sitting there, with my underwear.
And I heard my dad say in a deep, guttural, almost demonic voice that said, "Wrong room." And I couldn't see the front door, but I saw the hands go. I saw a flash of hands go up. And Phil, he said, "Hey, Jase." I said, "Yeah." He said, "Come look at this dude."
He said the guy was just walking backwards.
When I walked out, I looked through the parking lot. He didn't close the door. He had his hands up. His butt was in a weird position, sticking out. He was still bent down like he was bowing, and he was walking backwards. And he was 75 yards in the parking lot, walking backwards.
Wrong room.
Wrong room.
It was more guttural. It was wrong room.
Oh, that's one of my favorite stories. And just seeing that, Zach, watching that guy backing out, I've seen it in my mind so many times. Imagine, because you know what he was thinking? Boy, is he ever right.
We laughed about that. We laughed mainly because one of the cameramen said the most disturbing part of all that was how comfortable you were, Phil.
And the fact that he went cross-leg on the bed, that was
the strangest part of the story. I thought, is that some kind of position that supposed to help? He just looked so relaxed, and he's just wrong room. That guy, if that guy would have blinked, he would no longer have been on the planet. I'm telling you that right now.